Most drivers believe their car can last hundreds of thousands of miles, but the harsh truth is that many won't make it past 100,000 miles. The main culprit? Everyday bad habits you might not even realize you're doing. These aren't complex technical failures or sudden breakdowns. They're routine behaviors that seem harmless, but quietly destroy your engine, transmission, and wallet. The good news? They're all preventable if you catch them early. And at the end of this video, I'll reveal the most common habit nearly everyone is guilty of. This video was made to make your life better, so don't hold back on giving it a like. 1. Letting the car sit unused for too long. Many think leaving a car idle in the garage for weeks or months preserves it. But in reality, it's like letting your body stay still too long. Things start to break down. When a car sits, fuel in the tank begins to break down and lose stability, forming gunk in the system. The battery gradually loses charge, potentially dying in just a few weeks. Oil and other fluids settle and thicken, reducing their ability to lubricate and cool. Brake rotors can rust, and the brake system may stick after long inactivity. Even worse, rodents or insects might nest in the engine bay, chewing wires and causing serious damage. If you know your car will sit unused for a while, fill the tank with fuel and add a stabilizer, disconnect or remove the battery, inflate tires to the correct pressure, and start the car or drive it briefly each week. These small steps can save you from massive repair bills when you start using it again. 2. Ignoring how the car feels while driving. Sometimes, your car is trying to talk to you, but you might unintentionally ignore it. A steering wheel that feels heavier than usual, a slightly shaky brake pedal, or wind noise in the cabin. These are early signs something's off. When you drive, your body gets used to the car's rhythm, from throttle response to how the transmission shifts. Even a subtle change can signal a potential issue. Yet, many drivers brush it off, thinking it's probably fine or being too busy to check. This mistake turns small problems into mechanical disasters. For example, a slight vibration when driving straight might mean unbalanced wheels or uneven tire wear. If ignored, you could end up replacing a full set of tires or even the suspension. Or a transmission shifting slower than normal could warn of degrading fluid. Changing the fluid early can save thousands compared to replacing the transmission. The advice? Build a habit of listening and feeling your car every time you drive. If something feels off, whether it's a sound, smell, vibration, or response, don't ignore it. Note it down and check it as soon as possible. This proactive approach catches issues early, saves you from breakdowns, and prevents problems that could have been avoided. 3. Not checking brakes regularly. Brakes are your last line of defense against danger, yet many drivers neglect them until something goes wrong. Skipping regular brake checks is like driving with worn-out shoes. You can still move, but the risk grows daily. Worn brake pads, dirty or leaking brake fluid, or hardened pads all reduce braking performance. This leads to longer stopping distances, loss of control in emergency braking, or, in the worst case, complete brake failure. The thing is, most warning signs show up early. Squealing or grinding when braking, a shaky pedal, the car pulling to one side, or the ABS warning light. Many ignore these, thinking the car still drives fine, only to face bills for replacing rotors, calipers, or the ABS system. A single failed brake in an emergency can cause a serious accident. The fix is simple. Check your brakes at least twice a year or whenever you notice anything unusual. Inspect pad thickness, rotor condition, fluid levels, and the ABS system. A check takes less than an hour, but can save your life and your family's. Good brakes aren't just about safety. They're about confidence every time you drive. If you think this is important, comment number 1. 4. Using the wrong coolant. Coolant isn't just water to keep the engine temperature stable. It contains additives to prevent rust and corrosion and lubricate the water pump. but many drivers carelessly pour in whatever's on hand or mix different types. This triggers chemical reactions, forming sludge that clogs the radiator and corrodes gaskets or engine components. A small mistake can lead to a blown head gasket, one of the most expensive repairs on a car. The danger is that this damage happens silently. At first, you might only notice a slight rise in engine temperature or the radiator fan running more often. But inside, the cooling system is slowly wearing out. When the engine overheats, metal expands too much, causing warping or cracking. A car can die just because the driver was careless with a few quarts of coolant. The solution is straightforward. Always use the coolant type recommended by the manufacturer, whether it's Dex-Cool for GM, Hote for Asian cars, or specific formulas for European models. Never mix different types, and use distilled water if dilution is needed. Replace coolant on the maintenance schedule. Don't wait for it to change color or run low. A clean, proper cooling system not only protects the engine, but also keeps your car running reliably for hundreds of thousands of miles without major issues. 5. Neglecting tire maintenance. Tires are the only contact point between your car and the road, yet many drivers overlook them in their maintenance routine. Worn tires don't just reduce traction and increase stopping distances. They also stress the suspension, shocks, and fuel efficiency. Incorrect tire pressure causes uneven contact with the road, leading to uneven wear, steering wheel vibrations, and a higher risk of blowouts at high speeds. Even worse, skipping regular tire balancing and rotation causes uneven force distribution across the wheels. This puts strain on bearings, axles, and the steering system, shortening the lifespan of the entire chassis. A sudden blowout on the highway can turn a normal drive into a dangerous situation. The solution is clear. Check tire pressure at least monthly using a gauge instead of relying on feel or the TPMS light. Rotate tires every 6,000, 8,000 miles, balance them regularly, and align the wheels at least once a year. Properly maintained tires not only ensure a smooth, fuel-efficient ride, but also protect the safety of you and your passengers. It's a small investment with long-term benefits for both your car and your wallet. 6. Ignoring strange noises. Every unusual sound from your car is a warning signal, but many drivers dismiss them, thinking, "It's probably fine." A clunking noise when turning could indicate a failing CV joint. Squealing during braking might mean worn brake pads, or a ticking in the engine could signal low oil. At first, these sounds may just be annoying, but ignoring them leads to serious, costly damage. Make it a habit to listen and note any odd noises, addressing them early to prevent small warnings from becoming major disasters for your car. 7. Pushing the engine when it's cold. Many drivers have a habit of revving the engine hard right after starting, especially in the morning or after the car's been sitting for a while. It seems harmless, but it's one of the fastest ways to silently shorten your engine's life. When the engine is cold, oil hasn't fully circulated to all internal components. In this state, the oil is thicker and flows slower, causing metal surfaces to rub directly, leading to micro wear. Modern engines need to reach an ideal operating temperature of about 190 degrees, for oil to provide maximum protection. Revving hard before the engine warms up causes uneven expansion of pistons and cylinders, increasing the risk of surface scratches and reduced combustion chamber sealing. This gradually lowers power and leads to expensive repair bills. The fix is simple. After starting, let the car idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive at moderate speeds until the temperature gauge stabilizes. Avoid sudden acceleration or high RPMs until the engine is fully warm. This small habit helps your engine last longer, saves fuel, and keeps it ready for hundreds of thousands more miles. 8. Delaying oil and fluid changes. Many think they can skip oil or fluid changes as long as the car isn't acting up, but this is a costly mistake. Engine oil, transmission fluid, brake fluid, power steering fluid, and coolant all have limited lifespans. Over time, they oxidize, get contaminated, or lose protective additives, reducing their ability to lubricate, cool, or prevent corrosion. Degraded engine oil builds up sludge, clogging oil passages and wearing out bearings, camshafts, and pistons. Old transmission fluid loses viscosity, causing jerky shifts and wearing down gears and clutches. Brake fluid that absorbs moisture reduces braking power and can fail under high heat. Expired coolant turns acidic, corroding the radiator and gaskets, leading to major damage. The solution is to follow the manufacturer's fluid change schedule, or even replace it earlier in harsh conditions. Don't wait for problems to appear. Damage has already started by then. Regular fluid changes are like routine vaccines for your car, a small investment that prevents massive repair costs later. 9. Overloading the car. Overloading doesn't just make your car sluggish and burn more fuel. It quietly damages critical components. Every car has a weight limit carefully calculated by the manufacturer. Exceeding it constantly compresses the suspension, shortening the life of shocks and springs. Brakes work harder, overheating and losing effectiveness, while the transmission and engine strain under the load, risking overheating. Even tires face excess pressure, increasing the chance of a blowout at high speeds. Don't think a little extra is fine. The damage builds up over time, aging your car much faster. To keep it reliable and safe, always respect the maximum weight limit listed in the owner's manual or on the car's sticker. 10. Using cheap fuel or low-quality additives. Many drivers think all gasoline is the same as long as it's cheap, but this is the fastest way to retire your engine early. Cheap fuel often lacks essential detergents, leading to buildup in injectors, valves, and combustion chambers, making the car sluggish and less fuel efficient. Worse, some contain impurities or excessive ethanol, which can corrode the fuel pump and system. Low-quality additives are no better. Instead of cleaning, they can leave residue and harm sensors. For a long-lasting, smooth-running engine, choose fuel from top-tier brands, avoid unapproved additives, and never use E85 unless your car is flex fuel compatible. This small investment saves you from massive repair bills down the road. Comment number 2 if you've ever thought this way. 11. Ignoring warning lights. Many drivers see dashboard warning lights as mere visual annoyances and keep driving as if nothing's wrong. But every lit symbol is your car crying for help. The check engine light might indicate a faulty sensor, misfiring, or engine timing issues. The oil pressure light is an urgent alert that the engine lacks lubrication. Just seconds of delay can cause severe damage. The battery light warns of charging system problems, risking a breakdown mid-drive. Every mile you drive with a warning light on is a gamble, and the house always wins. Instead of ignoring it, get a cheap OBD2 scanner to read the error code or use free diagnostic services at auto parts stores. Addressing issues early not only saves repair costs, but also keeps you and your car safe on every trip. 12. Riding the brake pedal. Some drivers rest their foot lightly on the brake pedal while moving, thinking it'll help them react faster in emergencies. But this quietly kills both the brake system and transmission. Constant light pressure on the brakes generates heat, hardening brake pads, warping rotors, and degrading brake fluid. For automatic cars, riding the brake forces the transmission to downshift repeatedly, wearing out clutches and increasing fuel consumption. This habit can cut brake life by up to 40%. The fix is simple. Keep your foot off the brake when not needed, maintain a safe following distance, and use engine braking to slow down. This not only extends the life of your brakes, but also makes your car run smoother and more efficiently on every drive. 13. Using the wrong oil. Some think oil is oil as long as the level is fine, but using the wrong type is like giving your body the wrong medicine. Damage builds silently over time. Each engine is designed for specific oil viscosity, additives, and standards. Too thick oil overworks the pump, reducing lubrication during cold starts. Too thin oil loses pressure at high temperatures, accelerating wear on parts like camshafts and bearings. For turbo or direct injection engines, wrong oil speeds up carbon buildup, hurting performance. To avoid unknowingly killing your engine, always check the owner's manual or manufacturer's recommendations. Don't pick oil just because it's on sale. Saving a few bucks now could cost thousands in repairs later. 14. Skipping scheduled maintenance. Many drivers treat the maintenance schedule in the owner's manual as a mere suggestion, delaying or skipping it until problems arise. But regular maintenance is your car's health insurance. Every task, from oil changes, air filters, spark plugs, and coolant to transmission fluid, is timed based on component lifespans and real-world conditions. Skipping once might not show immediate consequences, but parts quietly degrade, creating a domino effect. A dirty oil filter reduces lubrication, and worn spark plugs cause incomplete combustion, leading to fuel waste and engine wear. Common excuses are being busy or saving money, but repair costs far outweigh maintenance expenses. Think of the schedule like replacing your toothbrush. Doing it on time keeps your car reliable, smooth, and valuable for resale. 15. Starting cold and revving immediately. On cold mornings or after a car sits for a while, some drivers start the engine and immediately rev it hard to wake it up. This is the fastest way to shorten engine life. When the engine is cold, oil hasn't circulated fully, and its high viscosity slows flow, leaving parts without a proper protective film. Revving in this state causes direct metal-to-metal friction on pistons, camshafts, and bearings, leading to micro wear. At first, you won't notice, but over time, this causes engine knocking, oil consumption, and power loss. The fix is simple. Start the engine, let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently below 3,000 RPM until it reaches operating temperature. This small habit can add tens of thousands of miles to your engine's life. These 15 seemingly minor habits quietly wear down your car every day, from cold starts, riding the brakes, skipping maintenance, and using the wrong oil to overloading. By changing them, you can avoid costly damage and extend your car's life to 300,000 miles or more. Share your experiences, leave a comment, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with friends. Driving smart today is an investment in a reliable tomorrow.